Okay, bro. I hope you can see me, you can hear me. Right now, I'm literally in the forest and I'm riding a bike. You cannot see it because I have uh, like put my phone into a holder to my bike. So yeah, I hope you can hear me well. So yeah, today it's the exact same day actually that I've recorded the previous video, which were long ass 40-minute raw practice of speaking English. And after that, actually, I've just like started riding my bike. If you want to see my bike, how it looks, you can check the previous video, and I've shown it a little bit there. And after that, I was like sat on my bike riding it and spinning these pedals, and I just couldn't help but continued talking to myself, just as I'm recording video again, and that clearly means that my brain is not tired, is not fatigued, as I used to be, as I've uh, as I thought. I thought that I was tired after 40 minutes of speaking in English because, like, yeah, it's tiring for your brain to speak a foreign language for such a long time. But on the other hand, it actually really shows how skilled I am in this language if I can maintain a monologue in this language almost without significant pauses and stoppings. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying the moment right now, even though I've ate, I've basically failed the day. As you know, at this day I've ate a ton of sugar, I fapped, I've done all of my two bad habits, which I'm suffering from right now, and that does not really matter. For now, I'm riding a bike literally in my forest where I usually um, was skiing in the winter, and yeah, it feels really good, and I can talk about anything anything I want, and nobody is gonna judge me here, and that's a really good way for me to practice my English, to keep doing it, and to do whatever the hell I want. I'm pretty much alone here. I can ride this bike for as long as I want and talk about anything for as long as I want. At least as long as my phone battery allows me to do so. Yeah. What could we talk about today? I don't know who you are, but I am a young male. I'm a young guy who is 21, who recently have turned 21, and as I've said before, I'm not satisfied with my life at all. It's pretty miserable and shitty, to be honest. I don't make enough money. I don't make almost any money. I don't have a future prospect in my life. I mean, clear future prospects. I know that I'm going to be successful, and I just want to make a fuck ton of money to be successful and do what I love. Okay, good. Some people may say that it's a pretty unreasonable desire to have. Who gives a fuck? I don't. Maybe you do. You as well don't. About those people, those opinions. They are the same kind of people who tell, like, why are you speaking so bad in English? Why are you recording videos? Why are you wasting space on YouTube? Nobody's going to watch it. You are a loser. And I say, okay, fair enough. But I don't care. I don't care. It does not really matter. Okay. If I'm recording it, it feels more productive for me than do nothing. And I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not promoting terrorism or sexism or racism in these videos. Yeah, I'm just talking about my life. I'm just talking about what's really important for me. And by doing so, I'm aligning to my purpose, even though I don't make any money at all from what the goddamn, what happened to my phone holder? It just does not hold the phone properly. And bro, I really like this. I'm so sorry that I'm like skipping. I'm jumping around from one topic to another. You can understand me probably because I'm not very used to be speaking English for such a long time. But I gotta keep trying. You can see, you can hear it. Wherever you're from UK, from US, from some random ass country, you can see that. You can see. Oh, stop. You can see that my pronunciation. Yeah. I wanted to say that my pronunciation is pretty decent. Yeah, and damn, I really like this. And it does not matter. It actually doesn't matter what I talk about. Can you believe that? Like, you probably watching this video because it matters to you what I talk about. I mean, it matters for some sense, but the more important thing, I suppose, I just think that it may be the case, maybe it's not. It's just the energy that I'm giving to you by speaking these words. Because, like, look at me, who I am, like some Russian guy who is pretty damn loser, who does not have pretty much anything in his life. And all I can share with you, the only way I can be helpful to this humanity is by helping with my mindset, with my words, with my like energy, mental energy, and fire inside that I can share with you guys, and be more just like be more authentic, be more of like who I am and what I really want. Okay, so another interesting thing that I've noticed in myself is that the reason why I absolutely love English that much is because I really enjoy. I really can. No, I not enjoy. Of course, I enjoy it. That's for sure. But more than that, even more than that, I can be more authentic and more raw, more brutal about some topics that about which I was, if I would be talking in Russian about that, it would be much more. I would feel much more limited, much more constrained by all this like cultural language stuff. For example, I never ever swear in Russian out loud because those kinds of words, they got so deep into my brain, and I think for I can help but think that I'm using it too much. They are too heavy for me to use them, even though maybe other people don't think this way. So even young girls who are 13, 14 years old, they are swearing like bitches in Russian. And as for swearing, by the way, in English, firstly, there are not that many swearing words in English compared to Russian, at least how much I've noticed by watching the content from self-improvement YouTubers and just listening a lot of English. I mean, Russian swearings are much more numerous and offensive for some reason. But I don't diminish English language. It is also very extremely rich language. I really love it, and the thing is that I can speak it, that I when I speak it, even when I can throw in some swear words, and in general I can be more open and more brutal and more genuine about what I really think it is important. For example, as you know, I'm really deep into my self-improvement journey. Like, get ready. Now it's going to be a little bit crazy. Remember your father right now. Just think about him and ask yourself a little question, just one, a little bit. Do you genuinely respect this person as a man? As a man, just don't care for a second that it is your father, it is your parent. He gave you this life. Without him, you would be nobody. You would not even literally exist. That's awesome. That's really important. That's great. But if it was a stranger man, just like a random 50-year-old guy, would you like look at him and say like, oh yeah, this man is this I don't know why, but this man looks good, this man is powerful for some sense? And unfortunately, you would not say that about your father. And I'm saying that because me personally, I would not say that about my own father. And that's the real brutal thing. One of the most brutal realizations that I've had in my entire life, probably. Yeah. And so the reason why is that? What's the reason? I would like to ask you that question. Why do you think that your father, you don't even respect him, even though he he sacrificed about all of his life to provide for your family? And oh yeah, that's actually a really brutal thing that came into my mind. There was one day, I absolutely don't remember when it was, how old I was, probably a few years ago, probably 5 years ago. And I was just, my father gave me his phone for some reason, for bills, for me, that I should take a photo of electricity bill, electricity, this kind of counter outside, and as I went outside, I took the pictures, and for some reason, I tapped on Safari and like browser on his iPhone, and I just randomly, by accident, maybe I'm lying. There is not how it works, but the fact that was true, that I saw pornography on my father's iPhone. Like, of course, like instantly I got anxious. Like, no, I didn't see anything. And I gave my phone back to my father, and but something in my brain has changed, and I could not help but thought about it for a long time. Why is that? I thought only young, stupid, and broke young guys are watching porn, but in fact, it seems that probably not. Even adults, even older guys, like old middle-aged men, they still watch porn, and that leads us to a realization that his sex life, I just thought to myself for a second, probably his sex life is not that great, right? If he watches porn. And of course, I know God forgive me that I'm talking about my parents like that, but they aren't going to find out because they don't speak English just as well as I do. And I speak 5 languages in a different level, and they speak only Russian. I mean, they don't speak English at all. They will not figure it out. So yeah, and that's another reason why I feel so free and confident in my English and as I speak it, and that's why probably I should make 5x more efforts to begin speak it more fluently, because now I still feel a lot of tension, a lot of pressure, a lot of like effort. It's not effortless for me at all to speak English. So yeah, and I realized just by finding that stuff that is really important for me and talking about it on camera, that is the way that how I can improve my English like learning, because I'm on a terrible plateau right now. Like, I can understand any kind of English content, I mean 90% easily, and that's not even a challenge to my brain. And I've achieved this kind of level of comprehension maybe like for a while, for 1 or 2 years. I'm on this level where I feel like pretty confident understanding other people in English, and I don't really feel like I am improving that much. The only thing I was trying to do is that I was trying to read some classic English and American literature, and it was really tiring. It was really difficult for me, I understand. But the vocabulary used in those books, it is not really often used by people in real life. And if you know these words, it will not change your life drastically. It will just show that you are an educated person and everything. So yeah, I've come, I've gone a little bit too far. I've uh, um, detract, no, got away from my story with my father. And yeah, so that's a little observation, realization about my father. It made me think that he sacrificed his own life for us, for children, for me and my little sister, who is not that little. Actually, she she turned 16 this year, like a few days ago, in August 2025. And I don't really. That's a. There's a. That was a Russian word. Sorry. That was horrendous. Horrendous thing to say, that I don't even have that much of a respect to my father as a man. Of course, he is my parent. I love him very much, and he helps me, and he was helping me throughout all of my life. And I would be a complete and utter idiot and asshole saying that I don't respect him. What the fuck is wrong with me, dickhead? But yeah, for sure, I respect him and I love him for some sense, for some reason, in some ways, I should say. But if I look at him as a man, he's a little bit fat. He's also, by the way, skinny fat. His legs are skinny, pretty skinny, but his stomach has fat, literally. And he has a little bit of man boobs, and he doesn't look sexy at all. He's not tall. I'm taller than him, at least. Thank you for that, to God. But the reason is that my father he's not a sexy guy. He doesn't look sexy. It's just raw truth. If I was a girl, I would not consider him as a sexy, attractive male to have sex with. And that's a horrible thing, again, to talk about parents in general in that way. But I think that they're having a pretty shitty bad life. Dead bad. Probably not that dead. I've seen sometimes they buy condoms. That's disgusting. I would never talk about it in Russian, because it's fucking like crazy. But what's wrong with that? It's okay. It's a little bit inappropriate to talk about these things, but nobody will figure it out, because nobody who can figure it out can speak English, and that's my unfair advantage for that. And I've learned it myself. Nobody who was present with me on all of my English classes in school, in private classes which my parents paid for, where I should be supposed to learning English. None of that really helped me. Only my English skyrocketed only then when I started watching and listening to content about the topics that I really cared about, that I thought was really important. So yeah, that's it. And think about your father. Of course, he's not an idiot. He's not alcoholic. My father, by the way, he does not smoke. He does not vape, of course. That's for young, stupid girls and boys as well. He does not smoke cigarettes, but he drinks. Of course he does. He's a normal father, and I don't blame him for that. In fact, I never blame him for anything because what right do I have to do that? I'm a broke kid. He has infinitely more money than I have, and even though he worked shit jobs all of his life, he still makes more money right now than I do because I'm a broke fitness trainer. I'm just ambitious young motherfucker who tries to talk about self-improvement, who learns 5 different languages, who is constantly improving himself, and who is also fucking up hugely, who is suffering from binge eating, from watching porn, even though at some period of life I was thinking that I will never get back to that. But here I am, just fapping again, literally today, after all of my realizations, yeah, self-improvement, that is so great, that is how I want to live, that is where I want to be, what I want to wear, with what kind of people who I want to talk, what kinds of people I want to be surrounded by, all of that stuff. It's really great. I will never say that it is wrong, it is bad. All of that arrogance that comes with some sort of realizations, with taking the red pill, as it as it says sometimes, from the movie Matrix, which I did not really watch. For me, red pill is sexual strategy that you gotta be alpha male and fuck a lot of women. Don't literally, don't specifically have sex with them, but rather just be super desirable, that they want to have sex with me. And only then I decide if I do that or not. But that is the real power for me. Yep. So that's it. That's it. How much I'm talking right now? 27 minutes. Great. And you know what? These kinds of videos, they may seem completely and utterly stupid and pointless. And it may look like I'm just wasting my time. But in fact, I feel that I am improving with a speed of light, because the most important thing for us people is to connect with each other, and the only matter how we can do that is by talking, basically, right, by communicating with everyone, with each other. And for that reason we invited the nice thing called language. And I've realized that if you can broaden your horizons and speak more than one language which you did not really choose, and that means that you can broaden your horizons drastically and have 4, 3, 5 different personalities inside of you at the same time. And that's absolutely true, because I feel a little bit like I'm a different person when I'm speaking a different language. That's for sure. Absolutely, that's a fact. And yeah, I also have these kinds of videos for my French, for my Spanish. Actually, today I was, for a few hours straight, I was learning Spanish, and I use ChatGPT a lot for doing that, and it is an absolutely amazing tool for learning. pretty much anything, especially languages. Especially languages. I'm not sure about mathematics, physics, and all of that. And maybe it's great there as well. Maybe even in programming and coding. I don't really care. The only thing I care about is real life communication and connection with people. And how can we do that is only through our natural human language, human words. And that's it. That's the only thing that matters. And I really like how I speak. I really like being arrogant, actually. That sounds maybe stupid as fuck, but I like that I can speak already continuously, pretty continuously, without stopping, without awkward pauses or some shit. I just do what I want. If I do want to make a video in English, I just do it. And nobody can stop me. Okay, I'll take one more lap here in this forest, and then I'll head back home because I've got to go for probably 30 minutes. I'm 30 minutes away from my home right now. So this forest is pretty far away from my home. So, and when I will be heading back home, crossing the small town, I will not be able to talk because there will be a lot of noise, and maybe I'm just coping again, but maybe I could if I had the microphone, but I don't know. The only thing that matters is speaking. That's it. Literally, there is nothing interesting happening in this video. I'm just riding a bike. You cannot even see anything. Okay, even fair enough, I can show you. Let's even stop if you are so curious about all this. I'm in the bike, I'm not kidding. I have my like this. I'm still in this wonderful forest. That's it. That's all I do. This is my holder, and that's how it looks. And okay, I'm putting back my phone. Okay, it fits great. 33 minutes more, and I'm continuing my journey. Probably it's more like 5 to 10 minutes that we can talk more, and then I'll stop and make another video later. So yeah, what are you up to actually? I'm not it's just our nature. We are not supposed to think about other people too much, and as I was recording all of these videos, I was just constantly talking about myself, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm really curious, who on earth, literally, who on earth, because the English language is so beautiful and wonderful that people all over the world can see this video and understand me. In every single continent there are people who can speak English, and this language is absolutely essential for our communication as a people, because I don't see, honestly, that is another interesting concept that I want to talk about. I don't see people as nations. I don't distinct people by their nation, by their maybe by their language, fair enough, but I don't like this political segregation, and that's just my a little bit stranger thing. Doesn't matter. I think that all people, the main message here is that I think that all people are equal, and all people are unique in some ways, even though most of them are working shitty jobs and doing nothing with their lives. I still believe that every person can achieve great things in their life if they put in enough effort and work, and that's what's really important. Again, this construction, that that is what is, I hope that it's correct, that's what's really important. Okay, anyway, I will be better at speaking eventually, as long as I don't stop, because I already kind of know uh, how English language works, because I've listened literally hundreds and thousands of hours of it. But it does not change, it does not influence my ability to speak myself, and it feels like it's a completely different language. Not a completely different, of course, but it feels like uh, I'm like turning 240p on the YouTube video and try to watch it as usual. That feels like for me speaking, and watching English video feels like 4K, at least like 1080p, but speaking it feels like 144p. It's much more difficult, and the quality of the information that I produce is not that great, even though I can see and understand, and I hope it is distinguishable what I'm saying here. So yeah, by the way, I did not end when I started speaking about what about you, basically, who you are. I'm interested in who you are, and I want to be honest with you in these videos, because I have the opportunity. These videos are supposed to be my practice in English. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can talk about whatever the hell I want. The thing is, I must do these videos every single day, or at least like 5 times a week, and the actual subject of the video, it's like secondary. It's not the first important thing here. Okay, maybe I'll try. Let's do this together. I will leave the forest, and I will not stop the video. I will keep speaking and keep talking to you in my real life. I will show you something outside of this forest, even though there is you probably could see some of my videos where I was outside in this forest. Whatever, forget it. Let's keep moving. So yeah, I'm really interested who you are, and maybe you even some kind of enjoy my videos, because you can see my efforts that I put here with my every second. It feels like mental torture. Okay, no, it doesn't feel like so. It just feels not effortless. It feels significantly with effort that I should speak this way in English. But the thing is, when I will record, just imagine when I will record 100 videos just like this one, and like my previous one, and like all of my previous ones, this thing the only thing that's really important here is that it's not quality of the video, it's just quantity. Because think about it for a second. When you were a kid, and probably the English is your native language, when you were a kid, did you care about making mistakes? No. And me as well. When I was learning Russian, I don't remember actually, but I think that I was making a lot of mistakes. I was like for days and hours and weeks and months and years, I was trying to speak. That's what I was doing. And eventually, after like 10 years of practice, like can you imagine 10 years of hours of everyday practice, intensive practice of speaking, I made so many mistakes in Russian that you cannot even imagine. There is a cat over there, white one. Hey, you cannot see it, whatever. I'm actually almost out of the forest. Maybe I can show you a little bit. By the way, if you can see it, up like this. This is where I'm riding right now. I'm getting out of this forest. Let's turn around for a last time. That is the forest that I was recording this video today. Actually, two of them. And yeah, let's keep going. In which direction? In this direction. Go there. Let's go there. I love. It feels like I have found a friend who always understands me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe you can see the picture turned around. I mean, upside down, I would say. But it doesn't matter. It's more interesting for you than just looking at my face speaking. You already seen my face, so why not make that a little bit more engaging for you with these kinds of change. I hope you can see me, because right now we are not in the forest anymore, and there is a lot more outside noises than it were before in the forest, but it doesn't matter. Let's keep driving. Let's keep going together. Anyway, let's do this again. Let's do this, and now you can see me again. I don't know how you can hear me. There is a wind, at least me personally. I can hear a lot of wind. Maybe you can hear it too. And I hope that will not affect my voice, and at least for some volume, you can hear me. Okay, let's press. You know what? I really like this small town where I was actually not born there. I was born in a different small town, but in 2010 we moved here. We moved here from another small town, and when I was 6 years old, and we have been living here for 15 years. It makes sense. It seems like that. I wanted to say it seems like that. Okay. I want my life to be interesting. I want it to be full of purpose and work and fulfillment and enlightenment and enjoyment. And enjoyment. Probably there is a word, enjoyment. And damn, I was not able to speak like that a few years ago. I was definitely not able to do that. And even though my life completely sucks right now, because I didn't really achieve that much of significance in the real world, I only achieved this subtle thing like English comprehension in other languages. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I've just met a man who is a father of my high school classmate for some reason. I've confused him with another man, but he seemed to me like it's him. Interesting fact, by the way. And yeah, this town, Hamza was talking a lot about this small town mindset when you kind of forget that the rest of the world exists and all of your world becomes this fucking small town. And you just imagine how pathetic this life really is, how scarce this mindset it really is that technically you don't need more than one town to live in. You don't even need a big city. You can just go with the town. Okay, let's turn around and make this way a little longer because I have all of my time in the world today. I would be fucking around anyway, so why not to speak to you about something that's really important to me. And then here we have a house where my ex used to live. Literally, it's not her. It's her grandfather, grandparents. This is the exact girl that I was banging in the forest. That I told this little story about her in the previous video, and that means that I'm not ugly. I don't look completely like Giga Chad, of course, but I'm not ugly. I can be attractive to girls, and sometimes my limiting beliefs is telling me like, no, you don't deserve it. No, you're not like that. But if girls want to sleep with me, if I make her feel horny, which I can do, I know this, and that means that I deserve to be around women, and with a little bit of work, I'll get better at it anyway. So as long as I don't stop, I just gotta keep going, bro. Keep pushing. This is a really nice house. This is big as fuck. This is huge. I would like to live in that house, but I don't even know why. But it's just huge. So that is to say that not all the people in Russia are poor. Of course no. There are hundreds and millions probably of millionaires here in Russia, and I knew that always. That's like a fact. Okay, there is some noisy construction work over there, so I will put my video on a pause, and I will get back to you later. Okay, that was some loud ass. This one, I don't know what is that. Like some hydraulic hammer that was striking the asphalt, the road, That was terrible description, but I'm learning English, bro. I'm not good at it sometimes. Sometimes I'm like shit, and it's okay. It is great, and you know what? You cannot even imagine how enjoyable this is. This process of me just riding my bike around my shithole small town, and that is the place where I was working as a loader, as a construction worker. Basically, I was carrying the packets with the paint, and that was all the work. I was working there for a month and even a little bit more, and then I could not just imagine. I could not bear that anymore. So yeah, it's getting a little bit loud today here, because it's the road nearby, and it will be pretty much all the way to my home. So I don't feel like this is the best way to practice, even though I don't give a shit about this noise. But I'm just worrying that you cannot hear me well because I don't have the microphone. If I had the microphone, the things would be better, but I don't. Maybe you can see me anyway, I don't know. So let's suppose that you can see me well and I can understand my some insect in my mouth again, second time for the day. Yeah, let's put on these sexy glasses. I really actually like these glasses. It's just some random ass construction wait a second. That was error in my organism. That I'm alright. And how is it called? It's called sneezing, if I'm not mistaken. In Russian, it's called like чихание. If you want to know some Russian, I can help you with that. Drop me a comment below. Actually, I'm not interested in teaching like languages to other people. It's not really that interesting. But if I like you, if you are the person that I will like, that I will help you anyway. And that's it. And I really enjoy, as I probably said 100 times already, and that's not a big problem, that's not a big deal. I still enjoy this process, even though I'm recording for 53 minutes already. I really like that with every single word I'm getting better at basically speaking. As you know, as you remember, the main goal of me is just to speak, to press record, to speak, and then press stop, and then hop onto YouTube and upload the video and publish it. That's all I need to get fluent and English. And of course, I need some input as well. That's why I watch all of these influencers online, and I really like it. And wait, okay. We cannot only be speaking the language. Before we can speak the language, I'm sure that we have to listen to it a lot and a lot and a lot. That's what we really need to do. before we can start speaking. That's really important. And since I'm listening to English for almost 2 or 3 years right now, of course I'm pretty capable of speaking it. But as you can see and hear, every now and then I still make pretty silly mistakes, pretty stupid ass, like not very correct sentences and phrases. I pick up the wrong words sometimes, but that's okay. At least I am practicing, bro. Don't be so judgmental towards me. I'm begging you. That is too loud. I don't know if you can see me. I know that you can see me. You do. I don't know if you can hear me, but I don't care. That's stupid as fuck, but I will drop the video anyway. I will not cut it. I will not edit it. I will make it as raw as humanly possible with all of my fuck-ups, my errors, and everything. That's it. And when people are close, when people are around me, I cannot help but stop talking. I feel embarrassed because of no reason. It is really strange, and it shows my real drawbacks, my insecurities, how insecure I am sometimes, and that's not a good thing. That's the thing that should be fixed in my future. I guess, even though sometimes I feel like it's almost impossible to fix anything in my life, but anyway, there's a guy over there. Okay, and now I'm gonna wait at the pedestrian walk. Let's pause. Let's hit the pause. Let's go. Yeah, I really think that with microphone it would be a totally different experience. But anyways. Up. I really like it. Today is not that bad as I thought it would be. Because, why do you think? Because of what reason? Because I'm talking. Because I'm improving myself. Not because I'm feeling better. Not because I'm eating bunch of shit, but rather because I'm developing myself and I'm making progress. I'm just recording, and even though it may sound stupid as fuck, and not many people will watch it, I don't really care about any people. I'm just recording it for myself to see some progress in the future, maybe, and to some people who will find it and appreciate my efforts. Oh yeah, there are cute girls over there on the other side of the road, and how cool would it be for me to go and cold approach them, and sometimes I behave very strangely around girls. I start wearing my hood. I'm start like pretending that I'm a cool guy, almost like instinctively, and I don't know why, but it is deeply wired in my brain, and I don't only think that it's in my brain only, but other guys' brain too, because whatever they say, basically, all the people, all the society, the man's life is hugely influenced. It's hugely motivated by the women, and by sex. Sex and status and money are the three utmost and most important factors that all men are striving to. Yeah, I think that it's the case. There's a cute girl over there, and I'm starting behaving like I'm cool again. She's wearing headphones and she's walking right towards me. I'm going to... Okay, that was fucking awkward. We almost like I don't know how to explain that in English. My brain is fucking tired. We just like wiggling. I don't know which direction I should go, and she did not know in which direction we should go. You know, that happens sometimes when you go and like you both think that you should go this way and this way and this way and this way, and it was kind of awkward, and then you just like anyway. That was fucking sad, and I was able right now to maybe say something to her, maybe attract her attention with a wave or something. But anyway, and also I think that is sexy as fuck when I talk in English. And I've had one girl who I was talking to in English, and I was flirting with her in English, and at least for me that was like super sexy. I really liked it a lot. And you know what? I want to my girl definitely to be not Russian. At least maybe she can be Russian, but she must know at least a little bit of English and maybe French. Maybe she would be multilingual just like I am. That would be sick. I don't want a boring ass one language girl. Maybe she has a nice ass. I don't want her to be one monolingual girlfriend. That's boring. I want her to be on self-improvement, to go to the gym and all that stuff. Okay, right now let's stop. I'll see you in the next video. I'll head home and see you, bro. Don't get bored with this life. Keep going, keep grinding, and goodbye.